Okay, so today is the day before surgery. Um, it has been an interesting 3 weeks. Uh, After the first week, I lost 5 pounds, and then I did an update at 2 weeks down, and I had lost, I gained 1 pound, and I was, feeling defeated from that. But I knew that I shouldn't have weighed myself anyway. I told myself I wasn't going to because me and the scale are not friends. But then after that, I went to one more week, and the last 2 days have been liquids only, and that has been a huge challenge in and of itself. But overall, it wasn't that bad because I think that the 3 weeks of sort of bringing my diet down, I did the magic soup on the third week, and it was awesome. It was a great soup, but I do feel like I cleaned out my system. But the last 2 days, I mean, I have moments where I just feel like I'm starving, and I think last night I was daydreaming about pasta, seafood pasta, and steak, and guacamole with chips. And it's kind of hard sometimes to think about that those days are really behind me. I've already eaten my fill of food, and now I want a healthy body, and so I'm making the sacrifices I need to make to get myself to that goal to be healthy for the rest of my life. And so food doesn't factor into that. And I saw a post online, and someone was talking about I know y'all are not eating this for the rest of your lives, talking about the pre-op diet. And someone responded, and they had a really good response, but that with all addictions, that the person that is suffering from the addiction is always going to have to go to some level of an extreme to control the addiction, and that's never going to go away. So falling back into old habits doesn't help anybody. So I know that maybe someday we'll be able to eat little bites of those things, but I'm never going to be able to just sit down and tuck into an amazing, delicious meal that makes me feel comforted, I guess, that comfort food feeling. So those days are over. The last couple of days have been popsicles, Jello, broth, and non-sugary diet drinks like Crystal Light, and all water. I really got into the lemon water as I was doing Crystal Light, but now I'm all lemon water, and that's actually been really good for me. I really like it. But I flew in. Sorry, I'm so tired. One of the side effects of not eating and just having very low calorie liquids overall makes you pretty tired. But I flew in this morning, and they picked me up at the airport. I just had to call the driver, and they let me know how far out they were and swung around and picked me up. And then we went to the hotel and did some paperwork, and they said they couldn't get us checked in yet because the rooms were not ready, so they just watched our luggage while we went to the hospital to do some more paperwork and start tests. There was just some signing things we needed to do, and then the coordinator went over stuff with us, and then we were each taken back to sign more things and to get blood drawn, and then we had an EKG test. The EKG test was interesting because they didn't really tell me to put the robe on. I didn't put a robe on, so I had to pull my shirt down. I basically had one boob just out, and that was I've never had an EKG before. I didn't know what was expected, what I needed to do. So that was interesting. But everybody was very nice. And as far as cleanliness goes, like, I was told that this was like really clean. But I mean, I'm kind of an OCD person, so I was picking out all the flaws. Not gonna lie, but I don't think that it affects the quality of care. It's just, it's just run differently. So it doesn't look like your standard hospital in the US. It has a different feel, and it can be a little bit anxiety inducing, but I have a lot of faith from the people that I know, telling me that it's different, but it's a good experience. And so I'm riding on that, and I'm excited to get tomorrow's part over. I'm not looking forward to surgery part because it's always scary, but I am looking forward to the after part and starting on this new journey. I'm in the hotel. The hotel's very nice, clean. I will say, I'm not accustomed to, they have different cleaners, things that they use to clean here, and the water smells different, and I'm very sensitive to smells, so like everything just feels and tastes and looks different, and that can be off-putting. And I've traveled a little bit out of the country, not a lot, but it's something that I want to do more of, and so I've got to shake myself out of being weirded out by things that I'm not familiar with. So that's the next phase of my evolution. But I've made some friends. Everybody that was coming down to get surgery is really sweet. I talked to people in the van, and the ladies are pretty funny. And then I met up with the gal that I originally met online on the Facebook group, and we hugged, and then we hung out together over at the hospital and over just kind of hanging out. I'm sorry, I feel like my brain is so fogged right now because I'm low on calories and it's time for bed. One dirty detail is they were talking to us about at the hospital, like about walking and stuff, and they were like, and never trust a fart, and if you think you have to go to the bath, like if you feels like you have to fart, you should just go to the bathroom, don't do it. And I was like, okay. And then I was here at the hotel room, thank God I was by myself, and yeah, I didn't realize that started before surgery, so that's my embarrassing story. So, but I guess it makes sense because when you're on an all liquid diet, yeah, that's not fun. Downstairs in the lobby is really nice, and I was able to get hot water, but they also serve broth. I wasn't a big fan of the broth, so I just stuck with my bouillon cubes, and got some hot water from them and drank that. And then there was a grocery store nearby, so I went over there, popped over there. Didn't recognize hardly any of the brands except for Coke and cola, which I can't have any of, but I was looking for, they had some like electrolyte water, and I got some of that. I've been sipping on that. And then the hotel has Jello and popsicles that they make, so it's not like a popsicle in a bag, it's like in little cups, and they pour it in, and they give you that. I wasn't a big fan of those. The Jello is good. So the broth and the popsicles I was not all about, but the Jello I enjoyed. So that's about it. I've got to stop intaking any fluids by 12 o'clock tonight, so I don't have anything in my system, and I have to be at the lobby at 7:30 a.m. for my trip to the hospital, and then they'll get me ready. And I think they said that my surgery at latest will be at 11 a.m. So I am very soon going to be under the knife and making that leap into the next part of my life. I'm exhausted. I'm ready to go to bed. I will check in tomorrow before surgery on my mental state, and I've just decided for, like to keep my calm, I'm just going to do 4-second breaths in, 4-second breaths out to kind of calm myself and keep myself in the right headspace. So, here's to tomorrow. Let's see how it goes. Bye.